Back for fourth quarter action in just a second.
Target Field in Minneapolis is where we're heading tomorrow night on ESPN for more live Major League Baseball. The Seattle Mariners take on the Minnesota Twins. Catch all the action from midnight.
It's more than the driver. It's more than the car. For Lotus F1T, the winning edge starts with the cloud, powered by Microsoft Dynamics, Azure, and Office 365. The team can analyze and share data from over 200 sensors, working in sync to make the calls that make the difference between winning and losing. This is the Microsoft Cloud.
As it wanted, especially on the boards, up by 7 in the middle of the first quarter, but since then it's been all Real Madrid. They scored 20 by the end of the first quarter, 25 by the end of the second, 28 in the third. You wonder if they're going to get 35 in the fourth because they are feeling the way they want to feel. Sergio Rodriguez to Barusas to the rim, puts it down against Joey Dorsey.
Great execution, pick and roll. Barusas didn't go up to slam. He was clever there to go up there with his offhand and finish it.
Dorsey to Papanikolaou to the rim, blocked by Barusas. The ball goes out of bounds off of Papanikolaou and will go to Real Madrid when everything goes right.
Good play on both ends by Barusas. Basket on one end, protects the basket on the other, and the ball did go off Papanikolaou, so the ball is back to Real Madrid.
27-point lead. Nobody was talking about anything like this happening, not even at halftime. Barusas, he'll try his three-pointer again, off the mark. Dorsey rebounds.
Again, Barusas shoots that shot with total confidence because he knows they can stop Barcelona in offense, so he has the freedom to take that shot from three-point range. He made one earlier.
Navarro. This pass ricochets, but goes into the hand of Papanikolaou. His crossover is bobbled. Marcelino Huerta is going to have to get a shot off. Tomic tries a behind-the-head pass. It sails out of bounds. Nothing going right for FC Barcelona with under 9 minutes left and a 27-point difference to deal with. And you would have to say, John, in all honesty, Barcelona has not struck you as a team that's needed to come back from these kind of deficits all season. So it's hard to say that they have the streak scoring that we know Madrid has or the comeback experience that we know Maccabi has, but it might not matter with that shot by Sergio Yui making a 30-point difference. And as much as you say about the scoring of Real Madrid, or as much as I've said, as Juan Carlos Navarro bomba shot goes up, and the foul is called on the rebound. And looks like it'll be a Marcelino Huertas.
And I think we have a technical foul also. It's going to be just a lot of frustration in the Barcelona players. Nobody expected to be down 30 points in the fourth quarter, especially after the way they started the game.
You can say that again, a lot of frustration. They started the game, John, looking much like they did when these two teams played in the Spanish League a week ago. It was Barcelona that dominated, and throughout the game, in fact, in much the same way that we're seeing Madrid, but in that case, 5 nights ago, it was Barcelona on its home court, obviously, and doing it from the very start of the ball game. In this case, Madrid, you have to give them credit. They did not start well, and they have slowly but surely just taken this game completely by the horns, and it would take a miracle now for Barcelona to come back down 21 after the unsportsmanlike foul or the technical free throw. Milicic is going to dial one up. He'll hit it too. This is why this team was so offensively entertaining and dangerous.
It's just truly remarkable, this Real Madrid machine.
34-point difference, but the fact that they're doing it on both ends is what's so amazing. Joey Dorsey gets 2 back on the offensive rebound, but right now it's all about Real Madrid doing things as they did early in the season. They won during the regular season by a higher margin during the first 10 games this season than any average margin than any team in the EuroLeague this century. They were just used to winning by huge numbers.
They never let up. They come in, they don't change their style. They keep playing. It doesn't matter if they're winning by 20 points, by 30 points. They've had some games winning by 40 points. They just keep coming at you. Look at their defense. They're up. Look at this. 82-50 is the score. Look at the defense Real Madrid is playing. And you know what, Frank? They're making false. We have some substitution coming in. Let's see if these guys coming on the bench. I expect them to play even harder because that's what they've done all year. Their bench has come in and just given an outstanding effort. And that's the key to this team. Pablo Lasso, give him all the credit in the world.
J.C. Carroll came in the first half and didn't score at all, but you heard at halftime Pablo Lasso mentioned his defense, and which J.C. Carroll is not first known for his defense. He's an incredible shooter. And then we just saw him come in. Here he hits his first three-pointer of the game, but he forced the last turnover that led to this three-pointer. And when you see your coach compliment your defense, even when you're not scoring, then that just gives you that much more confidence to be on the floor. I talked to J.C. Carroll yesterday, and he was talking about how my shot's going to come. I just don't know when it's going to come. But you see how playing the defense just got him on the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah, that definitely gives you the peace of mind to have some freedom on offense. And he has confidence in his shot because we know he can shoot well. He knows he can shoot well. He's put the work in, countless hours of practice. This is when it pays off, when the spotlight's on at the Final Four. He had a space, took a shot, didn't hesitate, knocked it down.
And you'd have to say, John, that Barcelona through 15, 17 minutes, and in my opinion until halftime, was still in this game. And one of the things that took a lot of air out of this team is Tremel Darden hits a three-pointer too. We're going to count up the three-point shooters on Madrid in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different players have hit three-pointers. That doesn't happen for some teams from season to season. Real Madrid does it in the semifinal of the EuroLeague.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
A game with such importance. We're talking about the Final Four semifinals, playing against your rival. All the pressure in the world's on you because you know you have to win this game. Everybody's expecting you to win. Doesn't look like they're affected negatively at all by that.
14 for 26. From the three-point distance is Huertas. Moves the ball to Brines. And an easy layup for Alex Brines. But of course, don't give those up, John, the rest of the way. Real Madrid, 5.5 minutes left. As long as they can take the ball back and waste some time and probably hit another three-pointer, right?
Well, now they go down inside. Look at this. Might be waved off an offensive foul because Felipe Reyes has one thing on his mind. It's to get to the basket. He got there, but the ref thought he's used too much of his body, his off arm, cleared the space.
Barcelona comes the other way and gets the ball stolen. Felipe Reyes to Sergio Rodriguez. Back inside to Felipe. Off the backboard and in for Felipe Reyes. The beat goes on, making a 36-point difference. And you have to feel sorry for Xavi Pascual. This game has just completely left the control of him and his players after such a great season and great series of seasons he has had. Nakbar finally hits a three-pointer in response for Barcelona, but it's going to be a long 4.5 minutes for a very proud team. To get this done to you in the Final Four in any way, shape, or form is disappointing for these guys who based their season on coming here and taking a title shot that they've earned. But to have it happen against a Slaughter, catches the rebound and puts it back in the same motion. But to have it happen to our rival has to hurt even more. I'm going to correct myself, John. I don't know. I think no matter who this happened to for Barcelona, it would be the same disappointment because like I said, they earned their way to the Final Four. And even if you have to lose, you want to take your best shot at it. They had this game taken out of their hands completely by Madrid.
Yeah, they played some great basketball this year. Let's give them credit. They played great basketball. They came to this game probably playing their best basketball game of the year. But what happened? Real Madrid just got so hot that they're just making everything. They continue to make everything. I don't know how much of it is that Barcelona's not playing well, but the one thing we can't doubt, Real Madrid's playing so well. J.C. Carroll, we see him just come up with that shot. They have so many weapons.
And of course, these teams play each other on a regular basis, and they play a lot of big games for the trophies in their own country, Spain. And earlier this season, they played one such trophy in the Spanish Kings Cup at Copa del Rey, but it was much closer in that game and came down to the last shot.
That was an incredible game.
Timeout on the floor, 59-94. You heard it right. 50. I don't know if my mathematical skills are that good, John. That's a 35-point lead for Real Madrid over the arch rival FC Barcelona. Here you see from the Copa del Rey, it was Sergio Llull on the pass from Sergio Rodriguez in the closing seconds to win that game. There was another attempt at a tip-in by Ante Tomic, but it was Felipe Reyes as the captain raising the Copa del Rey trophy. In their other do-or-die game for a trophy this season, went down to the last seconds. Obviously, Real Madrid has improved and came to this game ready. There's a lot of talk this week around Milan about which team has come in with the strongest moment. And let's look at this offense from Real Madrid today. Rudy started hitting a three-pointer. Jamel Darden to Barusas, he joined it. Like we said, we're up to 8. I don't know if that was before J.C. Carroll hit his first. Rodriguez. And just the three-pointers just kept falling in. 8 different Real Madrid players have hit three-pointers in this game. They are 14 of 26 from downtown. And J.C. Carroll gets a shot block. Marcus Slaughter gets it back, and Sergio Llull tried to join the three-point crowd. He misses, however. Ball ahead to Huertas. And I'll remind you that at halftime of the first semifinal tonight, John, almost nobody had hit a three-pointer. And there was some. Abrines tries to slam on the alley-oop, but he cannot. Dani Diaz on the floor now for Real Madrid. J.C. Carroll into Felipe Reyes. Turns the corner, puts it up, puts it down. Of course, it's like they can't miss at this point.
Yeah, they're bench players. They come in, they just keep the same pace. They might even push it up a notch.
57% on two-pointers, 51% on three-pointers, and 92% from the free throw line. I think that wins any game on earth, doesn't it, John? Those kind of numbers?
Those are incredible numbers, especially, again, for a game so important. And here we see them continue to run their offense, patient, looking for the best option, playing unselfishly.
Unbelievable. Sergio Llull had his pass blocked, picked it up in the air, and shot it in. A charmed second half, especially for Real Madrid to just waltz their way. Right now they're winning the second half by a score of 49-22 with 1 minute and 30 seconds left to play. John, you know this Real Madrid team. They were leading by 17 in last year's final and gave up a ton of points to Olympiacos, losing that game by 10. So that was a huge swing where they gave up 90 points in the last 3 quarters. Almost from the moment you start talking to these guys at the beginning of the season, they were saying, we want to be back. We want to take back what was lost and we thought we had in last year's championship game, and they have come here tonight and made sure that they will get another chance.
You know, Frank, it's so hard to get to that championship game, and you know the result of that game served as extra motivation for them this year in training camp over the summer. They had plenty of time to think about it because this is a proud club and they play for titles. But when you have a game taken away from you like that, it hurts. But they've used it in a positive way and served as motivation, no doubt.
Absolutely, absolutely. 90% of the guys on this team were on that floor last year when they were leading by 17 after one quarter against Olympiacos and had to watch Olympiacos raise the trophy for the second year in a row. Going away, too. They were not as bad as Barcelona right here behind, but by the end of the game, final last year, by the last couple minutes, were similar. Olympiacos had it in hand, and they know the feeling. Danny Diaz tries to join the list of three-point shooters. 36 right now is the biggest difference if this were to end the game in semifinals history at the Final Four.
Felipe Reyes tried to get Danny Diaz involved there. He tried to get that pass internally. I'm sure he knows he wants the young guy to get his points.
So with 27 seconds left, Real Madrid, if they hold this lead, will break the record for the biggest difference in a semifinal. It was a bigger one in the final, and that is how it's going to be. 62-100. The Real Madrid offense took its time getting started, but once it hit the shots, there was no stopping Real Madrid. You wonder if any team, any defensive team out there could have possibly dealt with these shooters and this incredible offensive display. Barcelona 62, Real Madrid 100. Rarely seen at this level in a semifinal or a final of the EuroLeague without overtime, that kind of scoring. But of course, they've been doing it all season, and now they walk off the floor to get ready for the championship game on Sunday against Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv, who won in the opposite fashion in the first game with a thrilling 15-point comeback. It came down to a shot with 6 seconds left to win it. Real Madrid, conversely, has had a walk in the park by just taking it to their arch rivals, Barcelona.
Well, look what they did, Frank. We saw them coming up with steals until the very last second of the game. J.C. Carroll came up with one. Felipe Reyes a minute before that. They just kept continuing playing defense. Didn't matter how much they were winning by. This team is on a mission.
Unbelievable. As we said, 8 different players hit three-pointers, and Madrid finished 14 of 21 from downtown after missing a couple in the late going. But look at the scoring on this team. Sergio Rodriguez, the MVP, 21 points, 6 assists. Nikola Mirotic, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 7 fouls drawn. Rudy Fernandez, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Felipe Reyes and Sergio Yui with 11 points each. And they have just stormed to a victory as we talk to Sergio Rodriguez.
Sergio, an incredible game. You won by 38 points. It's almost difficult to ask questions because it was a complete domination. But anyway, I mean, you started a little bit slower. What changed in the first quarter?
For us, it's an incredible victory. We know we played great on the second half, especially. We took their game away of what they want, and we are happy. We are happy to be here, and we have to be ready for Sunday.
How about the intensity? I mean, you went up 10 points, then it was 15, 20, 30, it was 35, and the intensity just stayed the same. I mean, what do you say about that, about the team effort?
Yeah, we have played many times against them, and always at the end of the game, we know they will come back. So we have to be strong the whole way until the end, and we knew that will be very much better for us.
14 three-pointers, 9 players scored from the three-point line. What do you say about that?
The lights help us. we weren't sure yesterday about the lights, but that helped us to get better, to see clear the rim, and we had luck. We've been working the whole season to get at this point, and we are in the position to win, and we have to be ready for Sunday, like I said before.
I have to ask the question. I mean, after such a spectacular win, when you're hitting all the shots and everything is going the right way for you, how do you feel about the final?
Will be a very difficult game. We have played against them 2 times this season. They play a good basketball. They got a great coach. They got great players. So we have to know what we did good on those 2 games and repeat it today.
Congratulations. Okay, congratulations on VP Everett on a great semifinal game, and good luck in the final.
Thank you very much. All right.
Yeah, we heard from the EuroLeague MVP for the season, Sergio Rodriguez, led Real Madrid with 21 points, an incredible 62-100 victory over FC Barcelona. Of course, Real Madrid, the owner of the most titles in European history with 8, but haven't won it since 1995. And there you see some of the guys who helped them do it way back when. Arvidas Sabonis, of course, the leader of that team. Joe Arlacas as well was the guys who helped Real Madrid get their 8th back in 1995.
Who was the coach?
And the coach was Željko Obradović.
That's right.
And Madrid, after losing last year's final, is back in the championship game on Sunday to try to get number 9 against Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv. As we had a tale of 2 semifinals tonight, a comeback and a 1-point victory from 15 down and 11 minutes left by Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv, 67-68 over CSKA Moscow.